Today's video is my 50-pound weight loss journey following Weight Watchers online, and this is my 5-month update video. Hey everybody, it's Cathy and welcome to Cathy Over 50. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, June was a real difficult month for me. I'm going to get into why, but I know some of you are only here to find out the results, so I'm going to give you the results, and then I have been asked a few questions. People are asking me to talk a little bit more about myself and my weight loss struggles. So if you're interested in that, that's gonna come after I give you the results. For June, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I really didn't follow the program at all, and unfortunately I didn't do my 30 minutes a day walking challenge. I know I'm not a good example, but it just was a real rough month for me, and I'm going to get into those reasons in a little bit. June wasn't a total write-off because even though I didn't track my stuff, like track it on the app, I sort of mentally kept track and my weight just stayed the same. I didn't lose, I didn't gain, I just stayed the same. So I guess you could say that was a win. But anyways, I'm back on track. I'm feeling better, and July is going to be better, and I'm going to make you a promise right now. I'm planning a video at the end of July where I am going to talk about my measurements at the beginning of the month, and I'm going to talk about them at the end of the month, and I'm going to walk the 30 minutes a day, and we're going to talk about how walking 30 minutes a day can change your life. So if you don't care about the struggles in that, I'll see you next month. That's what we're going to talk about next month. For the rest of you that are interested in listening to me talk about some of the challenges that I faced in June, we're going to get into that now. And please remember to subscribe and let me know in the comments how your June was, because I really do want to know. I'm interested in each and every one of you, and I appreciate you being on this journey with me. Okay, so I was asked to share a little bit about my weight loss struggle. So let's just talk about June, get that out of the way. As you know, I was in Italy for 10 days, the middle of May, and when I was there, I got very sick. It wasn't COVID, but I had some weird infection. I'm still not 100% in my left lung. I have a little bit of congestion still, so I really didn't feel that great when I was in Italy. And if you watched my vlog videos, you could tell that I was struggling to breathe. It wasn't COVID. I tested myself negative, tested myself again not long ago, negative. I think what it was is that I was just so run down, and then, you know, with jet lag and not sleeping and being on the go, because over there I was walking 8 miles pretty much every day. That's a lot from going from like couch potato to like, 8 miles a day. So I think I just got a little run down, and I just picked up some kind of a cold, and it just won't leave. So that was one struggle that I dealt with in June. And June is a difficult month for me because at the beginning of June this year was the 5-year anniversary of my dad's death. And I'm very, very close to my parents, and it's difficult. It's really difficult. Still, I know, like, I'm an adult. I turned 54 in June, which was another thing I want to talk about. But when you have a close relationship with your parents and you lose one, it's not easy. Oh, I don't know why I'm so emotional. But anyways, I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just letting you know I'm human, and everything is not always perfect. When we make a video, it kind of looks like we have a perfect life, and sometimes we don't. It's a struggle I've been dealing with, but it just seemed more difficult this year. Maybe because it was like a milestone anniversary, but like June is hard because I lost my dad. It was a 15-year anniversary of me losing a nephew. And then in June, we also have like Father's Day, and you're reminded that I no longer have a father. And I think when you have a very good relationship with your parents, it is really difficult when they're not around. And I don't know if the hurting is ever going to stop. Of course, like day-to-day life, it's gotten easier. But I guess it's just those milestone occasions that you really miss people that aren't with us. And we also had a get-together for my sister and brother-in-law. They celebrated monumental anniversary, and then it was my birthday, and it just seemed on my birthday. Yes, of course, I'm happy that I'm celebrating a birthday. I was 54, but I just kind of really missed all the people that are no longer in my life, and June was tough. And then not feeling well on top of that didn't help. So I'm just keeping it real, and I'm sorry for being so emotional. Like, I never show my emotions, so I apologize. June was just tough, so I just wanted to put that out there. So in a way, I think it was kind of a blessing that I just stayed the same. So I guess mentally, I know what I have to do, but I'm sorry that I didn't keep up with my walking because I just wasn't feeling well, and I just kind of maybe a little depressed too with the weather and everything that I just talked about. But I'm feeling much better, and I promise you I'm back on track, and I'm going to make that video at the end of July, and we're going to talk about how walking 30 minutes a day, what it actually did to my body. So look for that. And I have a few questions. They wanted me to talk about my struggles with weight loss. And there's this dump truck that keeps going back and forth, and it's driving me nuts. Anyways, that's what it's like living in a construction zone. I just wanted to ask a question. Do you feel that you sabotage yourself? I know, like, if I'm having a day where I'm feeling very overwhelmed, I'm like, I don't care. I'm just, throwing everything out the window. I don't want to follow the program. I don't want to do anything. I'm just like going off the rails today. And that is how I deal with stress. And I think part of the reason why is, and I don't want to get into all the details because I don't like living in the past, but for the last 28 years, been dealing with very serious illnesses with my husband. He had cancer, had to have a bone marrow transplant. We went through hell. And I think that somehow along the way, I had to find a way to detach my emotions, because I had to be strong all the time. I couldn't be the weak one. I had to be strong for the family. And I just had to sort of like push down my feelings, push down my emotions. And I think maybe that's kind of why I had such an emotional June. Maybe just the thought of getting older too, and like realizing people are passing now that are my age, people I went to school with, and it's really, I don't know, it's just really, really strange. And I remember growing up and, like we had my grandparents, we had my parents and their siblings, but now it's like grandparents are gone, parents are gone. Well, I still have my mom, she's 88, but it's like now we're them. Does that make sense? And I just think with everything going on in the world, sometimes, like, I have off days and I will just, like, I'm not exercising. I'm going to McDonald's or Wendy's because I just need something to fix the hurt at that moment. Does any of this make sense? I just want to know, does anybody else feel this way? Because I was running around town a couple months ago, running some errands, and everywhere I'm going, it's like every drive-through is busy. Like there's Tim Hortons, Starbucks, Wendy's, McDonald's, Casada, like Burger King. Everybody's at the drive-through. And it was like a weird time of day for them to have been so busy. It wasn't right like at noon hour. And I thought to myself, why are people always going through drive-throughs? And then I thought about it some more. And I'm wondering, do we go through drive-throughs to get that, I'll call it a high, but just to get that soothing we need in a moment of crisis? And I think I realize that's what I do. Does that make any sense? Like, I hope that I'm getting my point across. So I think what I have found, I mean, I haven't lost a lot of weight. I'm 7.5 pounds down, but I have lost a lot of weight in the past. And I sometimes wonder, as the weight is coming off, like, do emotions come up to the surface and then we have to deal with them? Like, does that make any sense? And I know people say just eat less food, exercise, eat this way, eat that way. Don't ever tell that to a person that is overweight, because they probably know more about nutrition than maybe you do. because they've been struggling with issues for so long. And I think that it's not just as easy as not eating certain foods or whatever. If that works for you, wonderful. It doesn't work for everybody. Like, one thing does not fix everybody's problem. So I just wanted to talk about that today, and I just wondered, like, if you sort of have those same struggles, those same issues. I think having my birthday and like realizing in 6 years I'm gonna be 60, it just brought up a lot of old baggage that I kind of wanted to leave in the past. And you know, it's just a reminder that life is so fleeting. Life goes by so quickly that it's so important to enjoy every moment that we have with the people in our lives, the people that we love. Obviously, I want to be the healthiest version of me, and like that's why I've gotten back on plan and exercising. But I just wanted you to know that you're not alone, because some of you have commented and said, you know, you're struggling, and I just want you to know, like, I struggle too. Like, life isn't perfect for anybody, and I just want you to know that you're not alone through all of this. So I've probably babbled on way too long, and I'm probably just talking to myself at this point. But I did want to open up a little bit and just, you know, share my share what I was going through for June. It was difficult, so things are looking better now. I feel much better, and I'm looking forward to a successful July, and I'm gonna have a successful July because I know that I'm going to be walking 30 minutes a day every day. And whether it's probably going to be inside though, because it's so hot and humid here. So I took out my my Miracle Miles, Leslie Sansom. We're gonna walk with her in the basement where it's cooler, and if I can walk outside, I'll walk outside. But the other day it was like 40 Celsius plus humidity. Like, that is way too hot and humid. And of course I'm going to get back to tracking. And I wanted to let you know, I have been filming another What I Eat in a Day series, but I was concentrating on my lunches. I have been having a crappy month with technology. I filmed 2 videos one day, no sound. I filmed 2 videos the next day, camera was out of focus. So I had to redo all of that. So I'm going to edit my What I Eat in a Day, but I was concentrating on lunches for a week. I filmed them on my iPhone. I go put them on my computer, and now they're like tiny like this, and I don't know how to make them big again. So I'm probably gonna have to refilm everything. Like, and I don't know why, because I use my iPhone all the time to take, you know, B-roll and stuff. So it's just like, oh, the universe is struggling with me. In June, I'm gonna be happy to see June go. So let me know how your June was. I hope that you have a successful July. And thanks so much for hanging out with me today. It really felt good to kind of get that off my chest. And I hope that, you know, in a way, me sharing has helped you. So thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.